They said miracles were impossible until one woman waited in silence and everything changed. People came with broken hearts, weary bodies, and fading hope, and left transformed. Her name was Kathryn Kuhlman, and the moment she prayed, the impossible became real. Some called it shocking, others called it unbelievable, but those who witnessed it knew this was no ordinary revival. Before we reveal the stories that stunned thousands, pause and make a choice. Like this video if you believe the unseen can become real. Subscribe now because this journey into faith, patience, and the miraculous is just beginning. And share it. Someone in your life needs to see what happens when trust meets God's presence. Now, step into the hidden world of miracles, patience, and divine power, and discover how waiting can change everything. Long before the world knew her name, before the crowds and the miracles, there was a young woman quietly learning the language of heaven, Kathryn Kuhlman. Born into a modest family in Missouri in 1907, her early life seemed ordinary. Yet beneath the ordinary, something extraordinary was taking root. Kathryn's childhood was shaped by moments of stillness and reflection. She often wandered alone, her heart drawn to prayer and meditation, long before she understood the weight her life would carry. While other children played games and sought the approval of friends, she sought God's presence, often kneeling by her bedside, whispering words no one else would hear. It was here, in silence, that her foundation was laid, a foundation of faith, patience, and unshakable hope. Her family noticed a quiet determination in her, a spiritual hunger that could not be satisfied with church attendance alone. Kathryn was a seeker. She read scriptures, asked questions that seemed too profound for her age, and quietly wrestled with the mysteries of God. In her mind, the world of miracles was not distant. It was a reality waiting to be discovered. Even as a teenager, she began speaking publicly, sharing the small lessons she had learned through prayer and reflection. Her voice was soft but carried conviction. People who heard her spoke of an aura around her, a subtle light of hope that seemed to linger in her presence. This was the first glimpse of a woman destined to become a channel of divine miracles. Yet, despite her early recognition, Kathryn understood that greatness is not rushed. There was a season of waiting, a time to grow in spirit, to learn the depths of patience. She could have sought recognition, applause, or worldly acknowledgement, but she chose another path, the path of preparation, the quiet path where God's presence is first learned in solitude before it is revealed to the world. This was the seed of faith, planted in silence, nurtured in patience, and ready to blossom when the right moment came. Little did anyone know, the waiting would be long, the testing intense, and the eventual breakthroughs miraculous beyond imagination. As Kathryn grew, so did the weight of what she would become. But before the miracles could manifest, there was a crucial stage she could not skip, the waiting. A waiting that would teach her and those who followed the power of a patient heart. Kathryn Kuhlman's life in prayer was not a mere formality. It was a devotion, a lifestyle, a deliberate immersion into the presence of God. This was a time when she prepared not just her heart, but her entire being for the monumental work ahead. Each day began in stillness. She would rise before the sun, kneel by her window, and speak into the silence. Sometimes she prayed for hours, sometimes for days, with no immediate answer, no visible sign. Yet she understood that divine presence is never hurried. It arrives in God's perfect timing. Her patience was her greatest teacher. During this period, Kathryn faced struggles that would have shaken most. personal doubts whispered in the quiet of her room. She questioned her abilities, her calling, even her worth. But in these very moments, her faith was tested and strengthened. She learned that prayer is not merely about asking, it is about listening, waiting, and surrendering. Her ministry was forming in unseen ways. She visited hospitals, prayed with the sick in anonymity, and studied the lives of other revivalists who had walked before her. She observed, learned, and internalized the subtle ways God moved through ordinary people. These years were hidden from public view, yet they were crucial. They were the years that would define the power and authenticity of the miracles to come. Kathryn's patience became legendary among those closest to her. Friends and family witnessed her unwavering devotion, even when the world seemed indifferent. And as she waited, a quiet anticipation built, not just in her heart, but in the spiritual atmosphere around her. Something was coming, something that would defy expectation. In these quiet moments, Kathryn discovered the truth that many never learn. The presence of God cannot be forced, only awaited with humility and reverence. And yet, for all her patience, there were glimmers, small, almost imperceptible signs that her prayers were being heard. A healed patient here, a transformed life there, subtle whispers of the greater miracles to come. It was during this waiting that Kathryn's identity as a vessel for God's miraculous presence was solidified. The world had not yet seen her power, but the stage was being set, and when it arrived, it would be unforgettable. The world first glimpsed Kathryn Kuhlman's miracles in the quiet moments when faith became visible. Healing was no longer just a promise, it was happening here and now through her. The breakthrough was not sudden, it was the natural result of years of preparation, of patient prayer, of unwavering devotion. People came in search of hope, some skeptical, some desperate, and yet the moment they encountered Kathryn, something changed. Accounts of miraculous healings began to pour in. Individuals with long-standing illnesses found relief. Hearts broken by despair were lifted. Faith, once dormant, ignited anew. Each miracle bore witness not to Kathryn's own power, but to the divine presence she embodied. Among the most notable stories was the woman who had been paralyzed for decades. Medical professionals had given up hope, yet in a simple prayer, with Kathryn's hands lightly touching hers, movement returned. The crowd gasped, tears streamed, the air itself seemed charged with the unexplainable. Another moment that captured the world's attention was during a revival meeting where a deaf man suddenly heard for the first time. He turned to his family, astonished, as sound filled his ears. Witnesses later recounted the atmosphere, a tangible sense of God's presence, heavy and luminous, moving through the sanctuary. Kathryn's approach was always gentle. She never sought to impress with theatrics. She waited on God, and God delivered. Her faith created a space where miracles could manifest, and in that space, lives were transformed. News of these events traveled quickly. Crowds grew. Skeptics came to challenge, but many left believers, their hearts and eyes opened to a reality they could not deny. It was during these moments that Kathryn's reputation as a revivalist solidified. She bridged the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary. People who had been hopeless found hope, the suffering found healing, and the world saw that waiting, patience, and unwavering faith could indeed produce the miraculous. Visuals of revival gatherings, faint images of people kneeling in prayer, frames of healed patients, each telling a story beyond words. The energy was palpable, almost electric, as the divine moved in ways both subtle and undeniable. Even today, historians and theologians look back on these breakthroughs and marvel at the consistency, authenticity, and humility of Kathryn's ministry. She became not just a woman of miracles, but a symbol of patience rewarded, of waiting in faith, of allowing God's timing to unfold perfectly. Yet not all received her ministry with open hearts. Alongside the miracles came challenges, controversies, and trials, reminders that even divine encounters are often met with doubt. Even as miracles spread and crowds grew, Kathryn Kuhlman faced scrutiny. Some questioned the authenticity of the healings, others accused her of theatrics, and the media occasionally cast shadows over her work. These challenges could have disheartened anyone less devoted, yet they became part of the test of her faith. Kathryn responded not with anger, but with humility. She continued to pray, to wait, to serve. Controversy never shook her belief in God's presence, nor did it diminish the lives she touched. Each accusation was met with calm, each doubt with silent devotion. It was in these moments that the depth of her patience became evident. She endured public skepticism, personal criticism, and moments of intense isolation. And yet, she never wavered from her calling. The miracles persisted, untouched by human judgment, demonstrating that divine power cannot be constrained by opinion or doubt. Even those closest to her witnessed her perseverance. Friends and colleagues marveled at her ability to remain centered, to maintain peace, and to allow God's presence to shine through despite opposition. These challenges, instead of hindering her, strengthened the authenticity of her ministry, showing that faith that waits, faith that trusts, is a faith that prevails. Her story reminds us that even in the face of criticism, when patience meets prayer, miracles follow. And this brings us to the legacy she left behind, a life that would continue to inspire generations. Kathryn Kuhlman's legacy is not measured merely in miracles, though they were extraordinary. It is measured in faith ignited, hearts restored, and hope reborn. She taught the world that waiting on God, even in silence, is never wasted. Every hour of prayer, every moment of devotion became a seed that blossomed into a movement that transcended her lifetime. Her influence stretches beyond her era. Revivalists, ministers, and ordinary believers continue to draw inspiration from her life. The stories of healing she facilitated are preserved not just in history books, but in the lived experiences of people around the world. From small towns to bustling cities, her presence continues to resonate. Kathryn's life also serves as a blueprint for spiritual patience. She demonstrated that miracles are not simply acts of power, they are the culmination of preparation, devotion, and waiting with unwavering faith. And in her waiting, the world witnessed something extraordinary, the tangible presence of God arriving at the perfect moment. Even today, when people speak of the power of prayer and divine encounters, Kathryn Kuhlman's name is spoken with reverence. She became the embodiment of a principle too often overlooked, that the greatest miracles emerge not from haste, but from faithful, patient waiting. Visuals show the faint faces of those she impacted, archival footage of revival gatherings, and subtle glowing effects that emphasize spiritual presence. Her story is a reminder that a single life devoted to God and guided by patience can change the course of countless others. In the end, Kathryn Kuhlman waited. She prayed, she trusted, and through that waiting, the miraculous became real, the unseen became seen, and the ordinary became extraordinary. Her life stands as a testament to faith, devotion, and the miraculous power of God's presence. The woman who waited changed the world, not through force, but through faithful patience. and what she left behind continues to inspire, challenge, and ignite the hearts of those willing to wait for God's miraculous presence themselves. Kathryn Kuhlman's story reminds us that patience, faith, and unwavering devotion can create miracles that touch lives in ways we never imagined. She waited quietly, prayed earnestly, and trusted in God's timing, showing us that true power often comes through stillness, persistence, and surrender. Her life is a testament to what can happen when ordinary people open their hearts to the extraordinary, allowing hope and divine presence to flow freely. If her journey moved you, hit the like button to celebrate her legacy. Subscribe to join us on more journeys of faith, inspiration, and miracles, and share this video to encourage someone who needs hope today. We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How has patience, faith, or prayer shaped your life? What lessons from Kathryn's story inspire you the most? Your reflections matter, and we can't wait to read them.